All right, guys, welcome to Week 5 of the Spartan 5 program. We're going to be having the first match of Week 5, Eclipse versus Raiders Lost Roach, taking place right here, right now. As you guys can see, you guys can't really see it, but I'm joined in the booth with Fender 19, aka Cody, and Bins, aka Chris, however they want to go. But either one of them, they're both going to be joining me. Bins is back.
I remember.
He left for a second, so why don't you guys say what's up to everyone? Start getting this
What's
going.
up, guys?
There we go. So I guess let's talk about the specified rotation real fast. We're gonna have Rick Strongholds for map 1, Coliseum Slayer for map 2, True CTF for map 3, Plaza Strongholds map 4 if needed, and for Stunning Regret Slayer for game 5, hopefully. Maybe we'll see something similar to happen at like X Games, something crazy. I just want to see something crazy happen. But nonetheless, I mean, let's just talk about the first map real fast. Rig Strongholds. What do these teams have to do to win on Rig Strongholds? Cody, sorry. Yeah, Cody, what do they have to do?
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
I think Rig Strongholds, more than any game type, is really going to test your communication and your small talk. The lines of sight on this map are all pretty short. And whoever's able to take the most efficient routes across the map, get help to their team the fastest, is going to be able to outslay the opponent. And on top of that, you've also got the rotations and all the complexity involved in that. And I know I was talking to Beware about this after the latest match, how his team was able to play this game type against Nerf These Thumbs. And I think they should be feeling confident coming into this one. I think they like this one.
I mean, I totally agree. What about you, Bins? What about Rick Strongholds? What makes it work for teams?
I honestly think he hit it on the nail. It's all about just the rotation and making sure you slay out. But I definitely think Nest is a huge thing to make sure you control, along with basement. I would focus on setting up for that setup and kind of letting BR base go by itself and switching when you need to.
Yeah, I mean the basement nest setup is always so deadly in games. We see it really abused. You don't usually see people take that BR base and really maintain it, as you get like those bunker spawns on the inside, and nobody really likes to make those rotations out of there. It's really easy to get stuck in there. I think whichever team just provides that pure aggression, as soon as they get somebody trapped in those back BR spawns, if they can just make sure somebody's sitting carbine and have the other 3 people just constantly pushing them as they come out, that team's going to have a really easy time at controlling the game. And I think that's really what needs to happen for teams to win. I think these teams are about to get ready. I mean, any players that you guys are interested in watching?
I personally play with Pumpkin pretty often, so I would like to watch some Pumpkin or some Megas, and I play with him also.
Yeah, Pumpkin. I mean, what do you have to say about Pumpkin, Fender?
There's not much to say except that he kills friggin' everything, man. He knows how to slay. I'm also excited to see, I think this is going to be the first time we all get to see Big Bowie play. I apologize if I pronounced that incorrect.
Yeah, but I've actually played with him a few times too. I think he might be a B-League player that just got bumped up potentially, from what he told me, I think.
Yeah, I mean, some of these players have been waiting in the wings for a long time. I know, that Eclipse squad, it always seemed to always be online. The 4 were just constantly playing together, and I guess this is the first time that one of them had to dip out. And he's got some big shoes to fill, as that team had, I think, the best communication in the league. And I guess we're gonna have to see how Big Bo fits into that equation, if it's gonna harm them in any ways, or if it's gonna help them. What he brings to the table, it's gonna be really interesting to see. But I mean, all he really has to do is just support Pumpkin, because the man is a slayer. He has that 5.05 KDA, just does a whole lot. Puts huge damage on the board, has 281 damage per minute, so he's almost averaging 3 kills worth of damage a minute and shooting near that 60% margin. So I mean, it's really hard. Pumpkin's a really hard player to kill in the first place, and if you miss a shot, he's probably going to kill you. So I guess all that. So what I think Raiders has to do is they have to be really on point with their communication and make sure that they are rotating together and that their team's shooting the same things, and I think that'll help them out a lot. But nonetheless, I think it's going to be a really great game by these two teams. Any predictions? Who do you think's taking map 1, Vince?
Eclipse.
Clips, you got a score line for us?
I'd say 100 to around 50-ish.
Ooh, that's a pretty decisive margin of victory. Do you have the same thing in store, Fender?
Yeah, I was gonna say if they're able to get a couple rails over to Ignited, the Raiders might be able to make their way into this game if they utilize the power positions well. But after talking to Beware, I think their rotations are going to be pretty spectacular. I was going to go 100 to 40, but might be 60 or 70 if Raiders do a good job with their slayouts.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go in the other direction. I think Ignated's gonna have a big game. I think. Oh yeah. I think Ignated's gonna have a huge game. He's gonna be doing something special tonight. I hope. You never know, but I think he's gonna be grabbing that rail. He's gonna be putting in a lot of work with it, and I think it's gonna lead to a lot of kills going into his favor. I really look forward to seeing what Technician does. Always love seeing him play. So I think they're gonna come out. I think they're gonna squeeze it maybe 100 to like 85 to that 90 margin. I think they're gonna have really decisive rotations. I think they're a really good strongholds team. But I could always be proven wrong. So with that being said, we are gonna almost get started for you guys. We're just gonna make sure that I get a couple things more ready. Any last words before we start up this match?
I think one thing we definitely forgot to say was invis control is definitely also huge in strongholds.
Yeah, I mean, you can't.
A really good point. Yeah.
You can't ever knock an invis control.
We kind of skipped up power ups, but that's definitely huge, and that can definitely decipher the game if one team controls it versus the other.
And I think that teams that really are on top of those invis and OS times, it's almost as if they're playing with their opponents with their hands tied behind their back. If they're able to grab each one of them, the other team is just gonna have their hands tied behind their back the entire time. It's gonna be hard for them to make rotations, hard for them to break setups with the invis out there. And I think invis is the most crucial thing in the game to breaking a setup. Sorry, I'm just trying to get these listen-ins ready, but I think we're gonna go into the first game without listen-ins. So with that being said, we're gonna start up game 1 between Raiders of Lost Roach versus Eclipse. I'm excited. I think everyone here is excited. And let's see what these teams can do. So with that being said, let me make sure I switch over so we don't have problems. Look at that. Switching over screens. Being pro. Being pro. Being pro.
Say no to overlays. Let's go.
Let's go awesome. Overlays, right? No casting over players to watch or anything this time. No.
So who do you want to start off with?
I think we're going to start off with Ignited, the man, the myth, the legend. Always does something exciting each game. Always, without fail. I think he's going to be dropping 30 this game. I'm super confident. I'm never wrong, as everybody knows. Never wrong about anything that I ever predict.
I'm nearly always wrong, so I can't really argue with that.
You heard it here. Fender's always wrong. Okay, so Ignated's going to be making his way over to this Engine 2. He's going to have a couple players in that basement window. They knocked down that invis. Good restraint on him, not just to drop down straight for that invis. He waits for the nades to come out, moves his way up to this railgun, but I think he's eventually going to fall as Shaw finds him over in that Engine 2 area, and that's a quick start. That's a quick start for Eclipse. I think I might have been a little bit too bold on my prediction, as Eclipse just got 3 down and Pumpkin's making his way up to this nest to come help.
Yeah, it was amazing how quickly Eclipse was able to collapse on that after they got the first pick. And that railgun is still up. Wow, Dudescope's making a move for it. Pumpkin forced it back down in Whitehall. Mega gets the kill on Scala, and it looks like a play being made by Raiders of the Lost Roach to take control of Carbine and the railgun.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like nothing went right for them on the start, but they got, right now they have the railgun in their hands, and Dudescopes is going to make sure that he's using that to his fullest of ability. There is a scatter shot somewhere on the map. Nobody has it quite yet. This is a 4-man push coming out from yellow corner right here. This is an interesting retake, especially coming up against this railgun. Dudescope's able to find one, makes the other player one shot. Player's backing down. I mean, it's just... Oh, barely misses that one, but it's really hard to take control of bases with a rail watching over, and I think it was a good job from Eclipse to do that. Dudescope's eventually able to find the scatter shot. He's going to be taking over this basement. But, I mean, Bins, what'd you make of that yellow corner push right there? I mean, why was Eclipse able to so easily take that basement?
I think it was honestly just because they pushed all 4 of their people. Honestly, it was just a huge push by that team, and definitely well coordinated and perfectly timed.
I think we give props to Eclipse doing that, but the retake from Raiders was swift. I think they only had that control for a little bit of time. Dudascope's just playing smart Halo right now, using those power ups, making sure that he has full advantage during his gunfights, never on an equal fight with the players. He always making sure that he has that advantage in his hands. And right now he's just been controlling this long rail part of the map. And I'm gonna actually scoot over to Pumpkin as he has this rail gun. It sounds like he's getting ready to do something. Does that, and he gets the curse of the caster. So not gonna be on a word with him anymore. As Ignate's gonna be picking up this rail.
Yeah, so we've got Ignited making a push over here towards Nest, where Eclipse seems to have once again managed to just barely sneak in a capture. Ignated's going to start solo capping here, still got a bunch of shots for that railgun. Should be a great opportunity for him to get some kills. But Spider-Man comes up with an amazing perfect kill from Carbine. They let those spawns go while trying to capture the camouflage on the inside. And
Yeah,
Spider-Man is now going to have this locked down.
Yeah, I think that was a big point. I mean, 2 of those players went over to Nest to go cap it, and they let those Carbine spawns flip, and now it seems that Eclipse was able to get a couple big kills, especially getting that rail down, but Ignated going to recover pretty nicely. He's going to be grabbing that railgun again, but once again, we have a 4-man push coming coming yellow corner. I think if they just keep doing it enough, it's going to work out for them. But it seems as if they get that cap and then they don't know what to do immediately after. I like the patience from Raiders just to keep letting it get captured and just recap it right away. I mean, 27 points on the board for Eclipse, but it seems as if Raiders is okay with every single point that they've gotten so far. They've let them do what they need to do, and then they just get the retake. They're more focused on retakes than they are getting stopping those initial grabs, and I think it's been really beneficial to them this game. Oh
yeah, they're doing a great job staying alive with Ignated just taken down by a double team. He gets Bo, but Spider-Man finishes him off. And we've got some wild trades going on over here in basement as Eclipse tries to take it over again.
I mean, Eclipse really likes that basement. They keep getting it, but once again, 1 player left. He's gonna back off. I like this play to back off. Make sure he's gonna be fine with them getting the basement. It seems as if Eclipse is just trying to bleed as many points possible in this beginning game until they really find their control. Good play by Ignated to get behind that player, come help Technician. And there's 3 players in the open deck. I mean, one thing that you always have to give props to if Eclipse is they do 3-man pushes like no other team. They're always going to be pushing together, and so far it's allowed them to get 35 points in a game that's really been lopsided towards the other team.
Yeah, so I think we're coming up on a late camo here. Kill comes out from the railgun in Whitehall, great play by Ignated, and he's going to have control of that once again for Raiders of the Lost Roach. They are getting out-rotated a little bit, but they're just slaying the crap out of Eclipse using these power weapons.
Yeah, I mean, the Dudascope signs the perfect kill on the player that had Scattershot going towards that DMR, and that's going to be huge. Dudascope's with this invis, just making the most out of it. Tries getting the kill, makes it 1 shot for his teammate, and that's going to be a nest grab for Raiders of the Lost Roach. It seems as if they've come out with a mission statement, and they're holding to it. Really even game coming out. Eclipse has been doing a really great job of making sure that they're bleeding as many points as possible. Raiders of the Lost Roach seem to be firmly in the driver's seat, and all it takes is for one time for them to get a good slay out on Eclipse. That's an interesting play from Dudascope to actually shoot him instead of the back web, but it works out in the end. If I say that, and then Big Bo got him. But nonetheless, I think Raiders of the Lost Roach has been playing pretty comfortably. I think they're fine with the points that they've given up. They just keep saying to themselves, hey, we just need one thing to go right in our favor, and we're going to take the most advantage possible from it. Oh, huge play from Ignated right there. Able to find the kill, pulls out the railgun.
Skip, so I missed it, but oh wow. What a big double kill there on Spider-Man on the nest.
Finds the double, isn't able to quite link the triple up, but doing as much as possible trying to get this nest. Gets hit by the nade, made 1 shot, but no push from the Eclipse. So he's going to survive, able to take that, and I think he can control this nest well by himself right now as he has 2 railgun bullets left, knows where the players are coming from. Smart plays from Ignated, waiting till they get in that, waiting till they don't realize that he's going to be coming up, does exactly that, and he has a free railgun kill. And another player to kill, quite simply, gets this back on him, gets another smack, and that's going to be a double for Ignated. But
yeah, it looks like Raiders are establishing firm control again here. We've got 3 players pushing through barrels, but oh, the railgun shot misses. That one was critical.
I thought Ignated was about to perfectly pre-fire that railgun. But that being said, the other team just went 3 down. The Raiders of the Lost Roach just firmly in control. Ignated has that invis time ready. I don't like seeing players just stand on it like that, and he's going to get punished. exactly for doing that. You know, you can always just wait down in the wings, wait till it comes up. That extra 1 second isn't going to cost you too much. Waiting on that invis is always going to be detrimental. And I think, Benz, you can really give a full scope of how you're really supposed to handle invis. How do you like to see teams, when they know invis is coming up, how do you like to see teams wait for it?
It's definitely good for someone to be waiting somewhere unseen, have someone also overlooking to make sure someone doesn't do a sneaky grab and slide out and, you know, grab it off you. But also, if you're already set up in a position to watch it, you can also put shots on if it were to get stolen from you. You're able to almost make that kill happen for your team, rather than letting it just burn or, you know, someone else get away.
I just want to talk about that play that Megazyme just made right there. He had 3 players waiting for him in that carbine area, and he managed to stay alive, wait for his teammates to come help. They get 2 kills. Even though they only have 1 cap, they're not panicking. They're waiting for their kills, and they're playing like a really organized team, and that's why they've been able to go toe-to-toe to Eclipse so far. I mean, they've really come out like a stronger team than we saw on their previous match. This is going to be a huge kill, and Dudascopes makes sure that Technician does not have to do it alone. Comes for that assist, ignited finding the second one, and that's another 2 down for Eclipse, and it seems as if this scoreline is not indicative of how Raiders has been playing this game so far. Just, I think, almost flawless communication has to be happening in their comms right now. It just seems like rotations are coming everywhere. Huge kill from Dudascopes, finds the perfect kill. Another 2 players in this nest. Spider-Man's going to push, able to find the kill, trying to back down. Big, I almost said that in a very demeaning name right there with Big Bowie. Kind of misread it for a second. Caught myself though, as he's able to cap that nest and eventually finds the one shot, pushing him, and has another play in white corner, and he's gonna wisely back down. Made absolutely one shot, barely misses the nade, and he's gonna run away with his life. And that's Eclipse is just bleeding Raiders to the Lost Roach. I mean, they just keep getting these caps, and it's just I don't know what Raiders has to be doing, because they've been doing almost everything right, and it just seems as if Eclipse is just playing brilliant bleed out Halo right now. They shouldn't have 85 points, but they do, and it seems as if they're getting the points when it matters, as they're ending into the late stages of this game with pretty fair control right now. Ignited trying to make his way over to this nest, trying to capture, and that's going to be 2 kills going in the favor of Raiders, the Lost Roach. Technician having a gunfight back there. And even though they're getting that nest, the basement falls in favor of Eclipse, and that's going to be 2 caps still there, and 94 points incoming. Only 3 minutes left, and 96 points going to be coming out from Eclipse right here. Just, they've done something right in the last bit of Halo. We have 3 players from Raiders Lost Roach making a last desperation push. This is going to be a huge kill from Dudascopes. Is able to find it, but has to find the second one. Not going to do it. Spider-Man's going to secure the game for Eclipse, and that's going to be, I think, a deserved one from Eclipse. But I mean, you can look at the slaying column right there. Raiders of the Lost Roach outslayed heavily, and just, I think, just let themselves be bled a little bit too much. I mean, look at that slaying column from Raiders of the Lost Roach. That is not indicative of a win for Eclipse. You would never think that the blue team would win the game right there with that stat column.
Yeah, you could show this to 100 different people, and all of them would say that the red team should have won just based on the slaying column.
I mean,
some superb rotations coming out from Eclipse, just sneaking away, getting away from everything, just barely pulling out their caps and disappearing on them.
I honestly am looking at these stats, and I just don't know how they manage. I mean, the stronghold captures, I think, are about even. They had 1 more on the side of Eclipse. The secures definitely went in the favor of Raiders Lost Roach. The defenses in the favor of Raiders Lost Roach. Every single column is in favor of Raiders Lost Roach. The slaying, the assist, the perfect kills, the damage, everything. Just everything is in favor. They had, what, 8, 5...
15 power weapon kills.
Oh my, they just had, I don't know what went wrong. I mean, they had full control. 13 power weapon kills compared to 2, and Eclipse somehow managed to take it. I have no idea how they managed to do it. I mean, that might be a gameplay where you guys might want to go and really go analyze that. If you guys could go back, bookmark that for yourself and really see what Eclipse did to win a game where they were so heavily mismatched during the game. I have no idea how they managed to pull a victory right there. Ben, do you have any insight?
That's definitely one of those games where, as Raiders, they need to just see where it went wrong and how it happened. I honestly don't know. To be honest, it might have just been from big kills, like just getting the kills at the right time and correct rotations from Eclipse, but it was definitely evenly matched when it came to holding strongholds, like I said. But it's usually the like it's the where am I looking for? It's the decider usually when whoever has the most slays. So it's definitely an odd game there.
I don't know, and you could point back to team shots, but 3 players from Raiders lost Roach had triple digit kills. I mean not triple digit kills, double digit assists. Triple digit kills would be something else, but
Yeah, that would be wild.
that would be absolutely wild. But I mean, Fender, you said you had an idea. I mean, why did Eclipse win that game?
Yeah, so this is something I've had to talk about with Kitty Squad, where like we'll outslay teams really hard and get beaten on rotations, and it's basically I think it's possible that Raiders just didn't have enough presence over by long haul and drill platform, actually putting pressure on the bunker spawns, and giving themselves shorter routes to go and shoot people in the back as they rotate out to nest. Every time people went out to nest, Raiders were going all the way around, back rail, back rafters, and carbine to go and fight people out there, and sometimes Eclipse was dying for the nest, but they were managing to capture it, and then sending 3 people the other way in the interim who would all show up at barrels and manage to cap basement for a little while. And Raiders were just running so far to go and deal with both of these positions rather than just walking straight across, wide haul, long haul, and being more efficient about just getting across and cutting off that rotation.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. I mean, it seemed as if Raiders lost Roach were really content with Eclipse capturing the points and then retaking them. And I think that slow play, as soon as you were tied up around that 70 point, I just don't think you can allow strongholds to go in the other team's favor. You have to play with a little bit more aggression. I think that was totally fine for them to do in the beginning, but I think as soon as they let it happen for so long, all it took was for Eclipse to not let them retake it one time, and that's what happened. As soon as they hit that 80 point mark, Raiders couldn't get the slays that they needed to retake it, and I guess that goes back to what Ben said. They got the kills when they mattered, and that was the last 20 points of the game. Eclipse just got almost every kill going in their favor. The Raiders just couldn't retake, and I think they just needed to play a little bit after that 60 to 70 point mark. They have to play a little bit aggressive. But, we can talk about that Strongholds game every single day of the week. So I guess let's go into Coliseum Slayer. What do these teams, let's say, what does Raiders have to do this time, Bins, to win?
Honestly, probably the exact same thing they did. Just make sure they prioritize and keep their positioning correct.
Yeah.
And make sure they can actually control spawns in this one, because like Fender said, that definitely, after him pointing that out in the last game, that definitely could have been a huge deciding factor, just holding spawns and not letting them spawn behind you, or just getting the right angles on the players,
Yeah, I think that's a good point. I mean, they don't really have to focus about the objectives this time. They can just really slow down their gameplay. Let's talk a little bit more about the man that was doing all these like little flanks during the last game, which would be Dudascopes. I think he's going to be the player to watch during this match. His KD isn't really indicative of how he's grown as a player since he's joined this program. He plays that support role, and his accuracy has definitely gotten better. His KD has gone up when he's playing league matches. I think that his those stats don't really show what he actually does. His damage has just been absolutely crazy. I think I have messed up that graphic right there, but nonetheless, ignore the mess up on the graphic. You can see his damage per minute. He's almost averaging that 2.5 kill mark. I think we're going to see huge assist numbers come out from Dudascopes. He does such a good job at shooting across the map. Let's just get our predictions in right away. I don't want to keep him waiting too long. Bender, who do you think wins this map?
Raiders 50-30.
50-30. Ooh, a steak. He's predicting the steak. What about you, Ben?
50-35, maybe.
Oh, 35.
I don't want to predict a steak.
Eclipse 50-46.
50-46. I'm gonna go 50-49 for Eclipse, but I'm a big fan of close games. So I think you can take a little bit of a bias into my prediction, but I think Eclipse is just gonna clutch it up at the end. I think we're gonna see Pumpkin get a couple of huge kills. I think they're gonna be down for most of the game. They're gonna make a huge comeback. So many bold predictions coming out from me. That's all I want to see. But Unless we're gonna get this starting. Slayer Coliseum for Game 2 of the Week 5 Spartan 5 program. Let's get into it. We're gonna start on board with Pumpkin, see what he's gonna be able to do off his start. Whew. You guys ready for this? You guys ready? Let's go, Pumpkin.
Very ready.
Very ready. Pumpkin gonna be doing something special off his start. I think he's gonna be just trying to get as much damage on this board, and we're gonna be seeing exactly what he's gonna be doing, making this window push. This is what you want to see. He's gonna be trying to get as much damage on as possible as those players going rocket, trying to get help for his teammate right there. Throws a couple nades, isn't able to quite find his angle, and that's gonna be resulting in a rocket falling into that red basement as Ignata was able to get it. Pumpkin falls into that yard. I do not like that push. You know, didn't really check his corners, just flew toward those rockets. Got a little bit of tunnel vision right there, and Ignated's going to be trying to pick up these rockets right now. And it seems to be in a pretty even match coming out from the beginning.
Yeah, we've got Nated taking the rockets over towards the snipe side. Definitely a smart play by him. I'd like to see him get some elevations, see if he can shoot down at some people with him, and he's going to do just that because Ignated can do pretty impressive things when he gets the power weapon.
Yeah, I mean that was a bold
now, making his way over towards the pyramid.
Yeah, that was a bold first rocket that he shot, but I mean, he has the right idea. Just keep the elevation, look down on the players, and get easy kills like that one. He's able to find that one. Now he's moving, trying to find the second one over by Blue DMR. Doesn't quite know that he's there, and that player definitely heard him drop down, and he rotated out. But the rocket's always going to do something special for you. Able to find the second kill, but it's going to fall down. I think he reloaded it just in time for the team too. So, ooh, we have Shaw right here with the sniper. Let's see if he's able to do anything. Fender, why don't you take it away? Let's see what Shaw's going to do.
Yeah, so we've got Scala sniping over here towards S2,
Scala.
taking little peeks.
I'm so bad, bro.
Yeah, we all say it different. Who knows? And he gets a huge snipe on Technician on S3. Doesn't look like anyone from his team is going to push the
What? Oh, I think it took him a second to register that was an enemy. And as soon as he did, he let it rip.
Look at that. Raiders recognizes that he was all alone in the cave over there and has collapsed on them and turned this into a trade. So now they're fighting 2-on-2 over here in the base, but Raiders have the sniper rifle. I think that's Ignated holding it, while Technician is pushing over towards the flag. Pumpkin's going to try and sneak out here into the bottom of the base and go and chase the sniper. They're going to melt him because his teammate has left. This is a very strange exchange right here.
You know, you can tell that Pumpkin really won that sniper, but Skull says, I have different plans for you. I've been hitting everything possible. So why don't you just take a little bit of a step back. Let me do my thing as we're hitting this 9:35 mark with a 12-10 scoreline going in favor of Eclipse. And I think they're just really going to try slowing down this game. Let Skull do his thing, or however you say his name. I got to ask him. He's probably told me a billion times, but I just don't listen to people. But trying to find this angle, has it, but has to back down as he's 2 shots away from death. Trying to find some kind of angle on some player. And you know what? I'm going to make it a little bit more suspenseful. There goes the player outlines. Let's see what Squall's able to find. Finds a couple shots on that player over on the ramp. Just hard scoping it, waiting, and this is just a slow gameplay coming out for these teams. They're just waiting for that one pick. 2 players made 1 shot for Raiders, lost Roach. 1 goes down, another player goes down. That's 2 down. The third goes down, and Skull's able to find the headshot, and that's going to be a new sniper going in the favor of Eclipse. And we're going to go on board with the man that picked it up, which will be Pumpkin.
Yeah, so we're going to see Pumpkin rotating back towards the blue flag. He's going to see if he can pick up any snipes from over here on the bridge. Interesting choice by Eclipse to once again utilize the base rather than the snipe side of the map. They appear to have traded down there in the grass area, but Pumpkin is going to be alive with the sniper and still have opportunities to pick people off. Rotating over.
And there's the first one.
And he rips Megazyme's face off a lot of X2.
Yeah, I think he had a little bit of hold on the second one. I would like to see a quick scope instead that snap, but you know, highlight reels are highlight reels. You know, he has the opportunity to make something happen. He's gonna try. Pumpkin just firmly holding his position up in this cave. I would like to see a little bit more of an aggressive push with this sniper, but nonetheless, it's been working out for Eclipse so far as they push their lead to 7. Pumpkin able to find a couple good shots on Technician. Big Bowie's going to come in, find the assist, and I mean, Bins, what has Eclipse been doing so far that's allowed them to get this 8-kill lead?
Definitely controlling sniper and definitely playing well around whoever had the sniper in their hands.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's really what we've been seeing so far. Just really defensive play around their sniper. Spider-Man just doing as much as possible to maintain this rocket control. We finally see a 4-man push from Raiders coming into this coming into this grass area over into the snipe, and Piderman just waiting for the players to push in, and there we see the 3-man push, and that's going to result in a double kill for Piderman. The triple's in his cave, doesn't quite know it, and that's going to be a drop down for them. And it seems to be even rotations, and there's another power weapon kill going in the favor of Eclipse. I think we're seeing a total reversal of the game before, where all the power weapons are just going in the favor of Eclipse at the moment, and that's going to be 3 down. So I'm actually going to hop in with a team listen in with Raiders of the Lost Roach and see what they're going to be trying to do for this retake right here.
Clear window, blue window.
Blue bridge as well.
I'm attacked by herself. Yep, back out.
I'm coming to him. Top cat. Nice.
Got him.
Still blue cave, dude, sniping. Let's push under blue. Let's push under blue tech.
Alright.
Fuck. Of course he has rockets. Dude, we need this weapon control, dude. I've died by rockets like 30 times. We haven't had it all game. Rockets are up in 30.
Blue cave one hit.
The fridge.
Nice.
Damn.
Where is
Good
he?
shit.
Is he in cave now?
Got cave, got
Blue
cave.
street, blue street.
I'm getting nades from hell.
Dude, weak top rocks.
They're rockets. Whew. Top snipe.
Dude, blue fountain.
One's their
Fountain,
fridge right
weak.
now. Yep, they're maze, they're maze. Good name.
And blue
Yeah.
cave.
Good shit.
Hey guys, weapons are both up.
Fuck, dude.
Nice snag.
Blue
Where is he?
cave still.
Good
Top blue
shit.
cave.
Let's
I
go.
think there's a guy blue sneaky.
I
Oh,
think
fuck,
there's
there is. He was
Red-
pushing me blue sniper ramp.
Oh my god.
Good shit.
Snipes,
Come get the snipe.
Did you kill snipe?
Yeah, he's at top rocks as well. Top rocks as well.
Okay.
All right, and that's gonna be, I mean, a little bit of a dejected listen-in, but they've started to make a comeback start to happen. One of the players said, "Hey guys, we have to get this rockets," and that's exactly what Ignited does, as he was able to find 1 kill with them, finds an assist with the other rocket, and so far they've just been moving in kind of slowly, making sure this lead slowly depletes, as it was once at 10, and now it's gone all the way down to 5. So Eclipse kind of on their back heel right now, as Raiders of the Lost Roach has both rockets and sniper at the moment.
Yeah, Raiders really cracked the nut on them in that blue base setup, and has now been able to just keep isolating single players, get nice easy kills on guys who have been really split up, rather than these running into these team shots as they were for the first half of this game. Another big kill from Ignited there with his rocket launcher, and this is down to a 3-point game.
Yeah, Raiders has been doing everything right, maintaining that comeback. Megazyme trying to find the kill back in that back blue area, but they've been pushing out into this open rocket side, and that's going to be a huge kill from Piderman. Finds the sniper, trying to make something happen, pulls out the carbine, trying to get the shots on the player over at the red oven, and he's going to wisely back off, and now I think this might spell trouble for Raiders of the Lost Roach if they're able to use this sniper to its fullest ability, and Piderman's definitely the player. If you want that to happen, he's going to be one of those players that can make it happen, trying to listen to those callouts, and right now I'm going to go on with a team listening with Eclipse and see what they're going to be doing in the next couple of minutes.
Corner maybe?
I got cave.
Another one, fountain.
Yeah,
fountain.
I'm stuck.
You're good, you're good.
Stuck up top.
There's one across bridge. Blue bridge somewhere.
Thank you.
Watch your fountain, Pete. Watch your fountain. He's still there somewhere. Bottom red maybe?
Blue maze.
Blue bridge,
Hi,
blue
I'm one
bridge.
shot.
Finish him. Good shot, Piderman.
Blue cave.
Another one, blue DMR. They're going blue snipe side. Watch snipe side. They're all snipe.
Blue bridge.
I'm running through low with rockets. Where are they?
Watch snipe side. Spider-Man, snipe side. Back that down. Just
Shot cat.
be careful.
Snipers in
Back
back
down if
red.
you're hurt.
Snipers in back red. Snipers back
They're
red.
all in
you
red.
pinched
All
me
in
in the
red.
window.
so
They have
many
sniper in
one-shots,
back red.
come on. They have sniper in back red. They haven't picked
Hold
up
on,
the
hold
I
on,
don't think.
hold on.
I'm nading it. I'm nading it.
Alright, we're up 5. They have sniper. Don't push that, Spider-Man. Push through bottom
No, I
mid.
was just
Red main.
We go into the listen and they immediately get beautifully collapsed on by Raiders of the Lost Roach. The score line, wasn't ever looking in their favor, and they're not quietly going into that night. They're doing everything possible to claw their way back into this game. Pumpkin looking over towards this snipe, making sure that it's going to be going in his team's favor as they try to maintain this 5-kill lead. But so far, just this pure aggression Raiders has been making this really hard to happen. And I think we have a sniper. Oh, we have rockets in Shaw's hand. He immediately goes down. Megazyme able to find that kill. Going to be moving into this red window, trying to team shot with his teammate over here. He does exactly that by able to find a couple easy kills. And that lead has just been evened 40-40. 2 minutes left in this game. Who's going to take it, guys? This is something else.
Yeah, we've got some absolute madness. It looked like Ignited has got a sniper rifle as well as Dudascopes. Not sure how much ammo Nate has, but Dude is going to be rotating over here towards S2. He's got some help forcing these guys back into the blue base. He's going to move up with Megazyme moving forward as well, and he
I think he
shoots
just found the
Spider-Man right in the toe for a huge kill. 43-41 now. They are taking the lead, and they're collapsing on this last guy. This rocket launcher appears to be coming up in a few seconds. Let's see if Dude is going to be able to take advantage of that for a couple easy kills. He's not, though. He's going to be pushed by two guys at the flag,
Yeah,
and
not
this
quite
rocket is
able
going
to do
to
it.
go up uncontested.
You saw somebody trying to combat evolve it, just barely missed that sticky grenade. And Dudascopes is actually down to 3 rounds left in the sniper rifle, and a 1-kill lead for Raiders the Lost Roach at the moment. He tries to find the player in basement, barely misses the shot, and there comes a rocket from the other side. He's going to try picking up the team shot to kill him. That player's going to back down, has one more player there. He has 1 sight bullet left. I'd like to see him just try getting something with it. Barely hits that wall. Really unfortunate for him, and they're going to go down, and that's going to be a lead. Come back into the Eclipse. Ignited immediately ties it up, and Spider-Man has something to say about it as he puts the lead back into Eclipse's favor. I think he just saw a player get hurt right there. What great awareness from Spider-Man. He realized that the player in front of him was weak, and the only route he could possibly go, so he pre-fires the rocket, able to find the kill, and now we're seeing the pushes come out from Eclipses. They're getting into that 48-kill lead, and they're trying to close it right here, right now. They find a player in the basement. I cannot see him surviving. 49 kills for Eclipse. They're trying to find the last player. He's over at this red DMR area. It's up to Big Bowie. Tries to find the shots, has to reload. This player is staying alive over at red DMR, even though there's players there. I'm able to find the kill, but not enough, as Eclipse is going to take it 50-48. I think I was the closest with the predictions. Once again, guys, get on my level. Get on my level. But I mean, Benz, what did Eclipse do that game that let him win?
Definitely just held sniper control, it seemed, and definitely just prioritized kills and separated their team a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They had such a huge lead for a while. It really looked like Raiders was going to come out strong and really try retaking it. But at the end, Eclipse just able to maintain. They lost the lead for a little bit in that 40s to that 40 to 45 margin. But as soon as they got that 3-kill swing, it seemed like nothing was going to be. They weren't looking back at all. What does Raiders the Lost Roach have to do this next game, Cody?
You know, I think the big thing that really gave Eclipse a big lead at the beginning of the last game was just the series of individual deaths that Raiders kind of fed to them while they were set up inside of that blue base. Once they kind of got going and got rotating and moving around the map, they were fine. So in this coming game, going to be a truth flag, I believe.
Yes, truth flag.
No power weapons, so that's a wash. Yeah, I think it's going to come down to whether they're able to get a good united front pushing up and out against these Eclipse players. Obviously, Eclipse is looking really strong right now in terms of their map control and their ability to stay where they can all help each other. So it'll be interesting to see how they kind of handle the the overextensions and which side they want to push and how they kind of establish control, get all their slays and get into the base.
Yeah, I think you hit it right on the nose. I think it's going to come down largely to communication. Make sure that they're pulling in the same areas. Invis obviously the only real thing that they have to time that they may have to make sure that they're getting. So it'll be interesting to see which team's more on top of that. Anything a little bit out of the ordinary that you'd like to see some teams do this match, Benz?
I personally like to see the top mid push because it definitely gives you an angle to their P Street, which is obviously we're in business, so it's definitely important. But that's definitely an aggressive push, and I think if we were to see it, it would be from Eclipse.
Yeah, Eclipse likes to do those kind of unorthodox plays every once in a while. Pumpkin likes to, assert his dominance over other players at certain points, and I think he might be the player to do it. If a player is going to be pushing this top mid and consistently trying to get control of it, it would be him. I mean, do you guys think Raiders can take this game 3? Anybody predicting them to win this next map? Oh, wrong button. Yeah.
I think it's within their ability if they don't let themselves get caught. Both teams appear to have at various times shown a more defensive play style than anything else. But if Raiders is able to kind of get up the aggression, keep the pace of the game high, and get Eclipse, spawning in isolated spots on their own, I think they definitely have the capacity to outshoot them and outslay them.
Yeah, I think that's largely what's going to happen for them to take the game. I mean, they they've shown that they can slay. I mean, they are only 2 slays behind in the game before, and they definitely outslayed in the last objective. I think, the slaying is going to lend them more of a hand in this game if they can push past that 50-yard line, which is why I'm going to take them in this game 3. But, I could always be wrong. But I'm usually not. But I'm going to take a pretty decisive 3-0 victory for Raiders of the Lost Roach. I doubt you guys will agree with me. What about you, Benz? What do you think?
My prediction?
Oh, yeah. Prediction time.
I would definitely. Well, I think with momentum, it's gonna have to be Eclipse 3-2.
Eclipse 3-2. What about you, Fender?
I want to see more games, so I'm gonna go 3-1 for Raiders.
3-1 for Raiders. I'm gonna go. I think Raiders gonna come out super strong. They're gonna try doing everything possible to get this next win. But I think we have to start on board with the man that did it all the game previous, which would be, can't really remember anymore. I think we're going to go on board with Spider-Man. He was doing something special the game before. Got lots of kills, lots of assists. Let's see what he's able to do off the start. And, I mean, hopefully we get a game 4, but you never know. You never quite know. So let's go on with Spider-Man. He's going to be making his way towards this invis, and there's going to be 2 players meeting him over there on that P Street. Tries to get a couple nades out there, and there's going to be a push from Technician, and I think he's going to slowly fall down. Yep, Spider-Man able to find the 3 shots necessary to take him after the shield's dropped, and Ignited making this bottom mid push. Going to push up to this bottom mid. There is an Eclipse player that was there to get the kill, but Ignited is going to survive as that player had to drop. And it seems so far, even this game, I'd like to see Eclipse push a little bit harder, get past that 50-yard line. Even though they got the slays, there's still 11 players over there on that 50-yard line. But they're eventually going to push in and get the kills necessary to push past that 50-yard line. And Spider-Man going to be holding this top mid area.
Yeah, definitely seeing the clash of the defensive play styles. Spider-Man's going to try and soar into the car attic now. He's getting some nice little nades down there, but is going to be forced to back down, drop into red 1. See if he's able to get a flank here, sneaking up. Pumpkin has ignited down, that's at least 1. 2 down for his team now, and he's just going to take this flag and try and take it out the car side where he's got a teammate blocking the bubble. He's dropped it though. Sign that man some flag laps. He dropped the flag.
I mean, I think he was just trying to get away with his life. And Spider-Man has been a magnet for bullets, and his team has just been keeping him alive. And this is good recognition from Eclipse. They realize that the rotation is going to come in. But what a great class from Raiders of the Lost Roach right there. They had 3 players push one side, delayed them a little bit, just enough for the 1 player to get on the flank, and that player eventually dropped. And, I mean, we have to see players maybe come to that top mid area next time. What do they have to do to stop that, the counter cap from coming in next time, Vince?
Honestly, they should have had whoever was on red base. As you could see, he was sitting on their flag as they were already getting the recovery. I think he should have flanked back with his team and not have went more for another pull as quick and just kind of made sure that flag was secured.
No preemptive celebrations to come out from these teams. Huh? Just make sure that that you focus on 1 cap at a time, not focus on the second one. And Skull going to be trying to stay alive up in this attic area. Gonna fall down with that flag, and Nated able to find 1 kill, but does drop. Spider-Man then drops. Just every player that we're rotating onto eventually drops. Megazyme trying to find a couple kills. Let's Dudoscopes come from behind. He's going to be pushing, and he finds that kill. It's going to be on that return, and this might be the first cap from Raiders of the Lost Roach. That player barely able to catch that flag, pull that flag in time. Pumpkin. Let's go back on with this Invisignated, trying to find his way to Pumpkin. Pumpkin with the Eagle Eye hits him, and I'm sure he called that out to his team, but nobody's quite come back. Great nades from Dudoscopes. Ignited trying to stay alive, waiting for this Invis to do the work. But eventually gonna fall, and it's gonna be up to Spider-Man in this basement fight, and he got the kill. So far, just good pushes from both teams, but better defenses coming out so far.
Yeah, that was a critical 1v1 there in the bottom base. You saw his teammates were up there in the car bubble, where they would not have been able to flow over and help in time to stop that return. So he really just clutched up there, winning that 1v1 while holding the flag.
Yeah, I think that's huge. I mean, that's what Ben said a couple games back. One-on-one, it's like important gunfights matter. You know, you can have 30 kills, but if none of those kills mattered, you're not helping your team. And Spider-Man really showed how valuable he is as he was able to find that huge 1v1 on the bottom of the base. Technician actually going to get pushed. He's probably going to drop, but does the smart play. He looked up. He knew that he was going to die. Made sure that that flag got thrown up into the top of the base where it couldn't be easily returned. And Dudascopes is in turn going to grab that flag and keep it on the defensive side. Ignited, pushing this bottom mid. Finds a nice perfect kill on the flag, trying to get on that return as fast as possible. Great plays from his team to come out and make sure that nobody could push him while he was getting that return, even though he was one shot, able to find the flag return. And that's going to be the first flag coming in favor of Raiders. The Lost Roach is Ignited, pushes out this P Street, trying to find the player that was one shot. Eventually gets a couple more shots on him, not able to quite find this kill, and he is really focused on getting this player, but eventually gives him up, finds his teammates one shot, and almost had the nastiest perfect kill right there. That would have been just absolutely nuts. Absolutely
yeah,
nuts.
Bo just came through clutch, avoiding getting embarrassed on stream right there.
Ignited, Ignited, waiting on the invis, not quite going to be able to get it, and that invis is up, and we see a push from Raiders Lost Roach, and great points. Spider-Man eventually able to come away with it. You know, Spider-Man's in the action of all the time, and, you know, somehow manages to stay alive, gets the camo, finds the kill. Just Spider-Man really relying on his team's help, and they have not let him down so far. Finds attack Magnum. Now this can be a dangerous combo. But Ignited knew exactly where he was. I mean, that man must have an outline marked for the invis. He must have a different colored monitor or something that makes invis show up as a bright pink color on his map, because it just does not seem as if an invis can get away from the man. Every single time there's an invis on the map, he finds them. Skull able to actually find Ignited over in that bottom mid area, and now he's going to be pushing out, trying to stop this push. Gets a nice melee kill on one, trying to find the double, does exactly that, and now he's pushing out this P1 area as the flag was pulled, but quickly stopped by Ignited, getting another perfect kill into his stat. And so far, I mean, pretty even match. Raiders with that 1-0 lead right now. Skull trying to find the flank. I like this play. If he can really make sure that he doesn't overextend himself, make himself known, just does as much as possible. But he pops up and eventually found... What a Spartan charge. That was something else. Got thrown straight up in the air when he Spartan charged. But able to find the kill nonetheless. Another player right there. Technician going to push him out. And what a shot from Skull. Reversal perfect kill. I think every shot was... He had to move his reticle for every single shot. Whether it be up, down, left, right. Every single one. Connects him with them all. And gets attack Magnum as a reward. Going to be trying keeping this flag push alive. Has to kill Dudascopes. Dudascopes finds a nice 4 shots to make him back off. And that's going to be a flag return coming out from Raiders Lost Roach. Skull has to concede the gunfight.
Yeah, a little bit of a mistake there from Eclipse, as Scala got that huge double kill, but then wasn't able to get in and cut off the overextension, or, you know, the routes to cut off the flag carrier that Raiders of Lost Roach was taking.
I think
he wound up behind the flag while his flag carrier got killed in P2.
Yeah, I think the blame really has to go on that flag carrier. You really shouldn't ever pull that flag to P2, because if that player does die in P2, it is extremely hard to make sure that you get it out of P2. And because it's so closed off, and if there's nobody directly behind you able to pull that flag, it's hard to secure it into your favor, and that's exactly what happened. All they had to do was make sure that he got one shot long enough so that he couldn't be in P2 with him. And that's how they were able to get that flag returned. But Eclipse making a good push, and the flag does come back. And Skull's going to be trying to get this flag cap in. Eventually does just that. And has the help from behind to make sure that a player that was chasing him does not get that kill. So far, we're seeing non-efficient games come out from these players. I don't know how to say it anymore. I mean, we've seen plenty of flag grabs so far, but only 2 flag caps in general. I mean, what do these teams have to do to make sure that these flag pulls that they're getting are going onto the board, Vince?
I feel like they're just not communicating as, like, when they need to when they're pulling the flag. I feel like they're maybe misrunning it, or just not doing it at the right time, or not blocking spawns completely.
Yeah, and, you know, talking about communication, let's go in with a team listening with Eclipse and see what's going through their comms at the moment, see if they can extend their lead to 2-1, or if anything's going to be happening like that. So let's go in with that team listening right now.
I'm absolute. I gotta chill for a second.
Let's go. Watch B side. Watch Eli. Watch Eli.
Fuck!
God damn. Go! All right, cap.
I hit the.
One was underneath
God
our
damn
base.
it, Legis. On our base.
Under our base.
Back
He's
of
on our
base.
flag. On our flag.
One shot underneath
Finish
our
him.
base.
He's under our base still.
Nice.
I got our
He's
base.
dead.
I
He's
got our
dead.
base.
Watch P side. Watch P side.
Yeah, get ready for camo about 20 seconds.
P2 weak.
Oh, sorry about that, need Ryan.
Spider-Man, do that same
Hey, no,
strat.
that's
Go under
fine,
their
it's fine,
base.
it's fine.
Spider-Man, go
Sitting
under
on
their base.
camo.
I'm pushing cars.
P3,
mid.
P3, P3, and P2.
P3,
Top mid, one
P3,
shot.
and top mid.
And their car.
I don't have any
All right.
nades. I don't have any
Top
nades.
side,
Converge in our
top
base.
side.
Converge in our
P2,
base.
car
Converge
two.
in our base.
Car
Put
two.
3 down. Converge in our base. Ty, you can
One's going
overextend.
window. One's below base. One's below base.
Ty, overextend. Stay right there.
I got one.
Tyler,
They're going
taking
front
it
window.
mid.
Front window. They're going front window.
Camo still never
two
popped
dead.
up,
Car
guys.
Put that down.
Car
It's
one is
P1.
moving bottom mid in front of our base.
He's bottom mid with flag.
P1, 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 P1.
There's two P1. P1.
One in
P1,
front.
Ty, bottom mid. There you go. Pull that. Go,
Camel's
go, go,
up.
go, go. They're at top car. Watch.
Huge kills coming out from Pumpkin, able to find the invis, going to be pulling this flag. Potentially the game-ending cap coming right here. I don't see any players from Raiders of the Lost Roach coming in. One player swords in, he gets the flag. Oh, but there's 4 players from Eclipse right there, and I don't think this flag's going to be out for much longer. Pumpkin able to soar in and finds the flag cap. That player just ran in and almost stopped my heart. If he was able to somehow get the flag in the basement or something of that nature, maybe able to come out with the flag cap. But I think the communication, what Ben said at the end, that communication from Eclipse was beautiful. The coach telling them exactly what they needed to do, made the exact right call out for Pumpkin to overextend. Said Ty overextend into their base, does exactly that, and they get a perfect counter cap coming out just from that push, as he was able to find an easy double in that P1 area, and that's going to be a 3-0 victory for Eclipse right there. Whew. I mean, Ben's, why did they cap that last flag? I mean, Raiders Lost Roach were converging on their base, 3 players in the base. They got the flag out, got it all the way to their P1. Why was Eclipse able to get the kill and make sure that the game went in their favor?
Honestly, I'm going to say the play Pumpkin made. He played Invis P1 really slow played it. Then he watched 2 players flank in from above him on P Street. He made both of them one shot and then ended up listening to his coach to overextend, get the pull. And it was just a well-timed pull and a well-established play that the coach called and that he made happen.
You know, that let it be a lesson to all of you players. Always listen to your coach. Always listen to your coach, because he's going to tell you exactly what to do. And that's exactly what happened. You know, the play call from Beware was the right play, and it led to the victory for Eclipse right there. And, you know, it took him twice saying it. He was like, hey, Ty, overextend. He didn't do it the first time. Made sure that he overextended. And that's why they came away with the victory right there, in my opinion. Fender, I know we wanted to see Game 4, but were you content with that Game 3? I mean, Eclipse showed some sort of light right there. I mean, what did you see from them?
Yeah, I mean, Eclipse earned their victory today. I think they came in with a better understanding of the things that you need to do to make the clutch plays, and better execution when it came down to, you know, those big moments where they really needed them made. I think Raiders definitely wasn't out of any of those games, and if they're able to come back next week and kind of look at a few of those moments where they just need to be a little bit more aggressive, a little bit faster to, you know, put pressure on the other team and cut off and, you know, just stop them from doing whatever they're trying to do, then they're going to come back, you know, a stronger team.
What's that?
And that's what this league is all about.
All right, so joining us is Beware for the winter view. I mean, Beware, that play call that you made at the very end. Oh, do you leave? I don't know what happened.
No, I'm here.
Okay,
I'm here.
you're still here. That play call that you made, we're in the team listening. We heard you call for the overextend of Pumpkin. What was going through your mind? Like, why did you know that was going to work?
Oh, we were definitely overloaded on that one side. I think they were all on P side coming across. Pumpkin had gotten across the 50-yard line, and they were all in our base. And we were able to just put nades from Bubble as he pulled that flag.
Yeah, I mean, Raiders of the Lost Roach. Okay, so let's talk about that Game 1. You guys took Game 1, but you were every single column. I don't think there was one column where you guys came out on top, whether it been Stronghold Capture, Stronghold Defense, Stronghold anything, objective-wise or Slayer-wise. Why were you able to take Game 1?
So we have a really annoying strat on Rig that I've talked about before, where we just keep rotating just very aggressive, and we just wanted to beat them to the caps. A lot of the time, like, we were dying in the caps, but we were capping it, and then they had to get in there and flip it. And as they were doing that, we were flying across the map again.
It really showed out. I mean, it seemed like you guys were 4-man pushing yellow corner a lot. Ended up getting you guys would end up getting points, and they would immediately be taken aback. But I think you just you eventually bled them to death until you got the kills that was needed. And one thing that was interesting was your guys' callouts were so calm. Every single time we went in there, it seemed as if you guys were really a cohesive unit when you guys were calling out, making sure that everything was needed. You took a really good coaching role. I mean, how have you guys built that communication over time? It seems like you guys are the best team, hands down, in the league right now when it comes to communication.
Yeah, the biggest thing is, like, we just want to stay calm, even if we get frustrated. We always preach no negativity, because even if it subconsciously affects not only the rest of the team, but yourself, because you feel kind of helpless and you're just like feeling sorry for yourself. So we had a lot of frustration early on, especially at that game against Vilify. I think there was a listen in where one of our players was like yelling at another one of us. And after that, we just hit a reset and we said, okay, let's just keep everything as calm as we can be. Even if we're down 50-0, we're just going to keep everything super calm. We can celebrate when we win, but let's keep everything positive.
All right, last 15 seconds. Coliseum Slayer, you guys had a huge lead. Lead diminished. You guys eventually lost that lead. Lead came back to you guys. You guys eventually took it 50-48. How were you guys able to maintain composure when it seemed as if nothing could stop Roach's team at the very end?
Yeah, again, we made sure that we were pushing together. There were a couple times where we were split 2 versus 2, or we had 2 guys pushing 4 or something like that. And that's how they were able to catch up little by little, is they'd take one of us down, the other guy would keep pushing. And so we just made sure to just reset, converge into the same base, all spawn up, and then move across the map. Because they had a lot of power weapons, and we wanted to move bottom mid rather than keep moving through sniper or top rockets and get picked off.
All right. I mean, Fender, you got any last questions, or you Bins? You guys got anything for him?
No, definitely just a good play call in the last game on Truth, for sure, for the last cap.
All right.
Yeah, man, I'd definitely say good games as well. You guys, clearly those rig rotations were out of this world for you guys to win, being outplayed that much. So great coaching, man. Always a pleasure to have you here.
It was a great game for Roach.
It sounds
that was a really intense series there. Like, it was 3-0, but every game was incredibly close.
Yeah, it sounds like they're big fans of you, Beware. I mean, like you said, 3-0 doesn't really describe the scoreline quite yet. No, that's going to be the last game for Raiders of the Lost Roach, guys. They're going to end up in the season with a 1-5 record, though I don't really think that really shows. They had a couple of really great games. Eclipse moving on the record to be 3-1, I believe. Am I correct on that, Boyer?
Yeah, 3-1 or 4-1. How many have we played? 4?
You guys have played 4. You guys played.
3-1.
Okay, one last question. I mean, how are you going to come out against the best team in the league? 3-4-3, Guilty Sparkles is your next Week 5 matchup. What do you guys have to do to beat the best team in the league?
Well, we got to make sure we mute Yu-Gi-Oh first.
Mute me. Oh, you guys should have heard me. I was screaming at my team the other night. But I mean, I'm real excited for our matchup. We're trying not to get relegated. So we're going to be trying to come out strong against your team. I'm really scared against this Eclipse squad. You guys have been just showing something else happening. You guys drink the Kool-Aid or something. You guys play so well. You know, one last thing. I think I have one last question. Your team was supposed to be a B-League team, and you got moved up to the A-League spot at the last second because we had another team join the program. And you guys really came out of the gate stunning everybody. Like, this team should not be doing what they're doing, and you've shown everyone that you belong. I mean, what has your guys' thoughts been ever since you got moved up?
The big thing was we didn't really know what level of the team we were in the preseason. Like, we did really well, and then there was that reshuffling of the teams, and then after that, we kind of got wrecked in that one game. So we weren't really sure what our level was, and it was really just the very first game, especially against Nerf These Thumbs, that was the #1 team. We just wanted to make a statement, and we did that, and I think that confidence kind of has propelled us through. A lot of our team members know each other in real life too, so the communication is there because they know each other, and we're always just making sure we're online together, even if it's just running HCS. instead of doing scrims or anything like that. Just trying to build that team cohesion, and I think we play really well together.
Yeah, I mean, you guys definitely made a huge statement. I mean, the team that didn't belong came out and took the preseason victors in a 3-0 dominating fashion. It was really something. You guys have been the funnest team, hands down, to watch so far. I mean, every single time you guys are, it seems like you're an underdog, or that you're definitely the dark horse of the league. Shouldn't belong, shouldn't be here, and yet you've disproved everybody. And, I mean, when you go, give Pumpkin my thanks, because that man makes some beautiful plays every single time. But with that being said, guys, this is going to be the conclusion to the Spartan Fight program. Week 5, match 1 between Eclipse and Raiders Lost Roach. Eclipse was able to take the match 3-0 to extend their record to that to the 3-1 spot, trying to make their way into the championship bracket next week when they play 3-4-3 Guilty Sparkles. Please tune in for that, guys, and we are out.